We've got some new reports on the man Kanye West. Also, I just walked through a storm if you couldn't tell, so ignore that in my hair. He's being sued for sexual harassment by his ex-assistant, and you can see right here what she claims that he was doing.
About his private areas and different things. Now, she recently amended her lawsuit. And what she's claiming now is that Kanye allegedly drugged her at a studio session with Diddy.
Now, y'all need to get in here right now because Kanye West's ex just dropped some bombshell allegations against him, accusing him of drugging her at a Diddy party and then proceeding to SA her at that party. At this point, it looks like Kanye just might be Diddy 2.0 because the allegations against him are wild. The former assistant actually filed a lawsuit against Kanye earlier this year, accusing him of wrongful termination and sexual harassment. But then she amended the lawsuit this month with even more jaw-dropping allegations against Kanye, including allegedly forcing her into a freak-off at a Diddy party. But are the feds really all over Kanye like white on rice? And did he really try to hook up with his wife Bianca Censori's mother? Let's unpack this. Girl, the feds were not joking when they said Diddy has a whole enterprise going on because somehow every creepy male celebrity knows Diddy's party is where you go when you need to get some of that nasty freak-off action. It's almost like there are fresh victims after every party Diddy hosts. And Kanye's ex-assistant Lauren Piscata has stories for days, girl. According to her, Kanye forced her into a freak-off while she was unconscious from consuming a drink that had been laced with drugs. And get this, the whole thing went down while Lauren was at a party in Santa Monica, California, co-hosted by Diddy and Kanye. Lauren had been working with a musician client at the time, and she attended this event with her client just to network with other celebrities at the party. At some point, Kanye fished her and her client out and invited them to a more private party going down at a music studio. Y'all probably already have a good idea about what's gonna happen next, because once these creepy men invite you to a private party, it's up. But Lauren and her client went in, and Kanye immediately told them that they had to drink or get kicked out of the party. After taking just a few sips of her drink, Lauren suddenly started to feel disoriented and began to slip into an altered and highly impaired state. She blacked out and couldn't remember anything that happened the next day. All she remembers is waking up feeling traumatized and disturbed. But according to the lawsuit, Lauren didn't even get that she might have been SA'd at the party or anything like that. It was an industry event with many high-profile names there. Sure, things could get a little wild at these parties, but it's not like she went in thinking she was going to be assaulted. Lauren was most likely concerned that she had been so drunk that she probably did something embarrassing in front of the client she attended the party with. Now, according to Lauren, she did suspect that the drink she took at the party had been laced with something, like the person that prepared the drink put something in it. But she had brushed it off as one of those things that just happens. Fast forward a few years and Kanye ended up employing her to work for him. By the way, this particular incident happened before Kanye and Lauren ever worked together. Anyway, they started having disagreements and Kanye ended up firing Lauren. That's when he finally owned up to what he did to her at that party all those years ago. But here's the kicker. Lauren would never have found out what actually happened if she hadn't threatened to speak with Kim, who Kanye was still with at the time. So, according to Lauren, Kim was accusing Kanye of creeping around with Lauren, and she wanted to reach out to Kim just to let her know nothing ever happened between them. But Kanye kicked against it, and that's when he finally confessed that they did kind of hook up at that party. Suddenly, everything started to make sense to Lauren. That nagging feeling she had the day after the party was not her being paranoid. Her body was literally trying to tell her that she had been violated the previous night. As if that wasn't creepy enough, Kanye allegedly sat there reminiscing about that night as if Lauren wasn't borderline unconscious while he was violating her. When she told him she didn't remember any of it, he allegedly laughed and said, "Women love to say they don't remember." But this isn't the first time someone has come forward to say they were drugged and SA'd at a Diddy party. In fact, it's kind of the MO at these parties. During a press conference by Tony Busby, who is representing 120 alleged victims of Diddy, it was revealed that at most Diddy parties, taking those laced drinks is a requirement for staying.
Is given a drink. Typically that drink, reported by these victims, is apparently laced with something. Once that drink takes effect, the perpetrators perform all kinds of sexual acts on the victims, many times passing him or her around as other people watch and enjoy the show, and then leave the victim ashamed, confused, injured, and wondering what happened. When the victim reaches out, he or she is told not to say anything. Sometimes there are threats of physical violence or financial repercussions or bodily harm.
And since the lawsuit started coming in, multiple people have come forward with reports of how they got drugged at Diddy's parties and woke up the next day with trauma from getting assaulted. So with all these allegations, Lauren's lawsuit claiming Kanye did the same thing to her at a Diddy party is much darker and much creepier. For context, Lauren initially sued Kanye for breach of contract, wrongful termination, sexual harassment, unpaid wages, gender discrimination, and other claims. So according to the lawsuit, Lauren started working with Kanye in July 2021, and he knew at the time that she was an OF model. In fact, he used to brag about her being an OF superstar. At some point, Kanye approached Lauren and asked her to be his personal assistant and that she needed to be available to him 24/7. But then Kanye switched up and started telling her she needed to be godlike. Kanye allegedly offered to pay her $1 million for her to delete her OF account, which she did. However, Kanye never paid her the money. She continued working for him for a year without receiving any salary from him. When she decided she was no longer working for free, she wanted to quit, but Kanye asked her to be his chief of staff and offered to increase her salary. But again, she didn't get a single dollar. And then out of nowhere, Kanye decided to fire her and offer her a severance package of $3 million, which he also never paid. As if that wasn't bad enough, Lauren claimed that employees of Kanye's Yeezy brands, who were listed as co-defendants, engaged in a systematic, severe, and persuasive and offensive campaign of unlawful harassment based on Lauren's gender, including blank harassment. But it gets worse. Lauren claimed that Kanye used to touch himself in front of her, which she didn't consent to. Sometimes they'd be on a work call, and Kanye would ask her, like, "Guess what I'm doing?" And it would turn out that he was blanking off to her voice. Other times, Kanye would allegedly send her explicit pictures and texts describing some of his fantasies to her. Lauren even added screenshots of the photos and transcripts of the texts Kanye sent her, and child, it was new levels of unhinged. Kanye also allegedly told Lauren to always carry honey, a blank enhancement and performance honey, around and always have it ready for Kanye's sexual encounters. This sounds exactly like what Lil Rod accused Diddy of in his lawsuit. According to Lil Rod, Diddy made him and other people around him carry drugs and fanny packs to be available to him whenever he needed it. He also claimed that Diddy made Young Miami carry Tusi around so that he could get that nose candy whenever he wanted. You don't even have to look too far to see the similarities between Diddy and Kanye. It's blinding at this point. Anyway, in the amended lawsuit, Lauren claimed Kanye used to tell her about his latest escapades. Like one time he told her that he had smashed with an A-list celebrity who wasn't named in the documents. Another time, Kanye sent her screenshots of chats with his wife, Bianca Censori, where he told her he wanted to sleep with her mom while she watched. According to the lawsuit, Bianca didn't really react to the message because she didn't want to upset Kanye or risk losing her visa since she worked for him. Lauren then went ahead to reveal that Kanye always took every opportunity to be weird around her. One time, while they were on a work trip, Kanye allegedly started banging on her door at 6 a.m., saying he needed to take a shower in her room because his room was out of order. However, when she let him in, Kanye allegedly dropped his towel and attempted to essay her, ignoring her pleas to stop. Lauren was so sick after that she could not stomach the fact that she worked for a man who had essayed her against her will while she was drugged, who then successfully lured her back into his orbit by way of a job opportunity to essay her all over again. Now, Kanye denied the allegations Lauren made against him when she first filed her lawsuit. His lawyers claimed that Lauren was just looking for a quick payday. They even flipped the script on her and claimed she was the one who sent Kanye unsolicited nude images as coercion to demand material items like a Hermes Birkin bag, a Lamborghini, and an endless quest for plastic surgery. In fact, Kanye said he was going to file a counter lawsuit accusing her of trying to blackmail him and extort him. But that was before Lauren updated the lawsuit with all these disturbing allegations against him. Kanye hasn't responded to these new allegations, but I gotta say, baby, it's not looking good for Kanye. Being linked to Diddy in a time like this is one way to lose your reputation fast. However, fans are also side-eyeing Lauren, and some are saying she's just trying to capitalize off this Diddy saga. But do y'all think Kanye is gonna go down for this? Or is Lauren just trying to get money and clout out of this case? Go off in the comments below and then check out this next video.